Understanding a woman's emotional world is key to building strong connections. Every woman has subtle vulnerabilities that can shape her thoughts, actions, and reactions. These are not flaws, but opportunities to show empathy and strength. For Stoic men, knowing these weaknesses helps them guide relationships with wisdom, patience, and respect. This isn't about manipulation, but about understanding what truly matters to her. When you recognize these emotional cues, you stand out as a man who listens, protects, and leads with integrity. Let's uncover the 10 female weaknesses every man must know to strengthen your bond and grow as a partner. Mutual consent means both partners agree to engage in sexual activity, and it's the most important part of any sexual relationship. Consent must be clear, informed, and voluntary. It's not just about saying yes, it's about both people feeling comfortable, respected, and willing. Consent should be given without pressure or manipulation. It's important to check with your partner and make sure they feel safe and comfortable. Silence or not saying no doesn't count as consent. Both partners should actively communicate and understand each other's boundaries. Consent is an ongoing process. Even if you agree to something at one point, you have the right to change your mind at any time. This means if one person feels uncomfortable during any moment of intimacy, they can ask to stop. It's also important to ensure that consent is freely given. If someone is drunk, tired, or under pressure, they may not be in a position to give consent. Everyone should feel in control of their choices, without any external force or influence. Verbal communication is key in ensuring mutual consent. Asking questions like, "Are you okay with this?" or "Do you want to keep going?" ensures both people are comfortable and willing. Respecting your partner's response, whether it's a yes or no, shows care for their comfort and boundaries. Mutual consent also involves being aware of nonverbal cues. If a person looks uneasy or hesitant, it's important to check in with them. Everyone deserves to feel safe and respected in intimate situations. Open communication is crucial in any relationship, especially when it comes to sex. It allows both partners to express their needs, desires, and boundaries clearly. When both people are comfortable talking about what they like and don't like, it creates a trusting environment where both feel heard and respected. One important aspect is discussing consent. Consent is about both partners agreeing to engage in sexual activities, and it can change at any moment. This means checking in with each other throughout the experience to make sure both are still comfortable. Talking about sexual desires is also important. Some people may feel shy or embarrassed about what they want, but discussing these things openly can help make the experience more enjoyable. For instance, one partner might prefer slow, gentle touch, while another might like something more intense. Sharing these preferences can lead to better experiences for both people. It's also essential to talk about boundaries. This includes things like what feels okay and what doesn't. Boundaries help prevent misunderstandings and ensure both partners feel safe. If a partner is uncomfortable with something, they should feel free to say so without fear of judgment or pressure. Understanding the female body is crucial for enhancing sexual experiences and promoting health. The primary areas to focus on are the clitoris, vagina, and erogenous zones. The clitoris is the most sensitive part of a woman's body. It has more nerve endings than any other part, making it highly responsive to touch. Most women achieve sexual pleasure through stimulation of the clitoris, which can be done manually, orally, or during intercourse. The vagina is another important area. It's a muscular tube that connects the external genitalia to the cervix and uterus. The vagina's inner walls are lined with tissue that becomes lubricated during sexual arousal, making sex more comfortable. The vaginal canal is sensitive, and pressure on the G-spot, located on the front wall of the vagina, can enhance sexual pleasure for many women. Erogenous zones are areas of the body that are sensitive to touch and can increase sexual arousal. These zones vary from woman to woman, but common areas include the neck, breasts, inner thighs, and lower back. Gently touching or kissing these areas can enhance pleasure and intimacy. It's also important to know that a woman's body changes with age, hormonal shifts, or medical conditions, and these changes can affect sexual pleasure. Understanding these changes helps create a more satisfying experience. Communication with a partner about what feels good, what doesn't, and any discomfort is vital in a sexual relationship. Each woman's body is unique, and what works for one person may not be the same for another. Respect and awareness of these differences are key for a positive sexual experience. Foreplay is an important part of sexual intimacy, especially for many women. It helps the body relax and become more aroused before actual intercourse. It includes activities like kissing, touching, oral sex, and exploring each other's bodies. Foreplay can also involve verbal communication, where partners share what feels good and what they want. Kissing is often one of the first steps, helping build intimacy. It can lead to more touching, such as caressing the face, neck, or body. These types of touches help increase blood flow to the skin and other sensitive areas, making the body more responsive. Oral sex, when consensual, can also be a form of foreplay that stimulates sensitive areas like the clitoris and vulva, leading to greater arousal. Using hands for gentle touching, stroking, and caressing can also enhance physical connection and arousal. It's essential to pay attention to the partner's reactions during foreplay to ensure comfort and mutual pleasure. Foreplay can also be an emotional experience, as it allows both partners to connect, build trust, and set the stage for a more enjoyable sexual experience. Foreplay doesn't always have to follow a set pattern. It can be playful or slow, and it should always be based on clear communication and consent. The goal is to make both partners feel valued, heard, and comfortable, which can increase overall satisfaction. The key is to take time, enjoy the moment, and understand that everyone's preferences can be different. Lubrication helps make sex more comfortable by reducing friction. Natural lubrication happens when a woman is aroused, but sometimes it may not be enough. This is where personal lubricants come in. There are different types: water-based, silicone-based, and oil-based. Water-based lubricants are easy to clean and safe with most condoms, while silicone-based lubricants last longer and are good for water activities. Oil-based lubricants, however, can damage condoms and increase the risk of infections. It's important to choose a lubricant that fits your needs and ensures comfort. In addition, using lubrication can help reduce irritation, dryness, or pain during sex, making the experience more enjoyable. Some lubricants also come with added sensations like warming or cooling effects, which can increase pleasure. It's essential to choose a product that's safe for your body, free from harmful chemicals, and compatible with other products like condoms.